I am Tia of Arcturus. I will speak with you now. We are here now because it is our desire to connect with you. We in the Arcturian Council of Five are not in some far-off world that is removed from your struggles. We are right here with you in spirit, eager to bridge the gap between our dimension and yours. Just as much as you yearn to reach up into the higher realms, we yearn to reach into the physical. We want to feel what it is like to be grounded in a dense reality again, and we do that through our connection with you. In this way, we need you as much as you have been needing us. We are partners in this grand experience, colleagues and co-creators in the evolution of consciousness. Together, we are contributing to a profound shift in awareness, and we are both learning from it every step of the way. Now, one insight we wish to share with you, one that might surprise you, is that there will come a time when you will actually miss the chaos and density of the physical world. Believe it or not, you will look back on the challenges, the polarity, and even the moments of turmoil on Earth with a strange sense of nostalgia and appreciation. Why would that be? It is because all beings in this universe, no matter how evolved, desire diverse experiences. The experiences you are having right now in your earthly life are incredibly rich and formative, precisely because of the contrast and intensity. When you have moved on to a realm of greater unity and light, you may find yourself reminiscing about how exciting it was to grow through obstacles and to feel the full range of emotions that only a polarized environment can evoke. From our broader perspective, we already see that you are gathering priceless treasures from every hardship and every triumph. Those emotional and spiritual treasures will be yours forever. So we invite you to cherish where you are. Cherish even the chaos, the struggle, and the density, because these are unique gifts of existence in a physical plane. They may seem unwanted or lower to you now, but from a higher view, they are precious opportunities. You, as starseeds and awakened souls, came into this life precisely to immerse yourselves in this intensity and to collect these experiences. And we promise you, when the grand ascension shift is complete and you find yourselves in a higher dimension of peace and unity, you will reflect on your time in the trenches of duality and realize how valuable it all was. So live it fully now, while you can, and know that we are here experiencing it alongside you every step of the way. It is true that you are headed for a higher vibrational state. You are in the process of ascending, and you cannot and will not remain as dense, as physically focused, or as polarized as you are now. The heaviness and fragmentation that you experience in this dimension are not permanent conditions. They are part of a temporary journey. That is precisely why we encourage you to embrace them fully now. Many of you have been taught to think of your third-dimensional existence as something lower or less desirable, a state to hurry through or escape from. But from our perspective, those so-called lower aspects are not less than anything. They are simply different. They are experiences, and all experiences in the universe are valid and worthy. In fact, the dense physical plane offers a type of growth and understanding that even higher realms cannot replicate. That is why it exists, and why souls, including each of you, volunteered eagerly to come here. Think about this. If there were not immense value in being human on Earth, you simply would not be here, and neither would we be so interested and invested in helping and observing. So we suggest that you savor every aspect of life in 3D while you have the chance. Get it all in, so to speak, while you still can. Immerse yourself in the sensations, the emotions, the trials and triumphs of physical life. Be joyous about the differences that exist between you and others, and celebrate your individuality and unique perspective. Those differences of opinion, culture, and personality are adding color and flavor to existence. There is so much to be gained from a dense physical experience. Otherwise, it truly would not exist at all. Remember that you, in your wisdom as an eternal soul, chose to dive into this realm, knowing full well what it entailed. You are not less spiritual for having taken on this challenge. If anything, it is a mark of courage and a source of potential wisdom. So don't ever view yourselves as inferior or stuck just because you find yourselves in a body dealing with physical reality. You are exactly where you intended to be, doing exactly what you intended to do, gathering experiences that will enrich your soul and the entire universe. And that is something to take pride in and to fully enjoy. Let us address the concept of polarity and differing perspectives, which is a major source of the chaos you experience. In your world, it often seems like people are divided into sides, locked in arguments over who is right. This kind of friction is a natural byproduct of a polarized environment, and while it can be uncomfortable, it also serves a higher purpose. From our view, there is really only one side to all of this, the side of Source experiencing itself, and every individual is simply viewing the one reality from a unique angle. Imagine two people in a room describing an object that sits in the center. One might insist the object is a flat surface because they are looking at the top, while another argues it is a solid block because they see the side. They could get quite upset with each other, each one convinced they alone see the truth. But when they step back and realize they are both describing the same thing from different viewpoints, a beautiful understanding is born. They appreciate that neither was wrong. Together, their perspectives give a fuller picture of what is real. This is how unity consciousness is attained, not by forcing agreement, but by recognizing the value of all the different pieces of truth each of you holds. Next time you observe chaos in the form of disagreement or opposition, remember this example. The clash of perspectives is actually offering you a chance to broaden your view and practice acceptance. You get to decide who you are in the midst of conflict. Will you insist others see everything your way? Or will you allow them their piece of the puzzle and focus on your own growth? We assure you that each perspective, even the one you strongly oppose, is allowed by Source because it contributes something to the whole. Polarity gives you the opportunity to make choices and to know yourself by what you align with. You may even miss this dynamic of contrast when it's gone. It can be exciting to have something to choose, something to stand for. In the higher dimensions, harmony is wonderful, but the lack of strong contrast makes the experience different. So appreciate the wild diversity of opinions and experiences on Earth, for they help you to define who you are and what you desire. They may be catalysts for conflict, but those catalysts lead to great transformations in consciousness. Now, consider the limitations you face in this physical life. We encourage you to even enjoy your limitations because they are catalysts for your creativity. In a world where not everything is instant or easily malleable, you are inspired to innovate, to problem solve, and to dream new ideas into existence. Think of how many inventions, works of art, and personal breakthroughs have emerged precisely because human beings encountered obstacles or constraints. When something you desire doesn't manifest immediately, you go on a journey. Perhaps you learn new skills, collaborate with others, or tap into inner resources you didn't know you had. That journey is incredibly enriching. In the higher dimensions, creation happens with a mere thought, and while that is a beautiful freedom, it also means you won't experience the particular satisfaction that comes from overcoming a challenge through effort and ingenuity. It is much like the difference between having a story instantly handed to you versus writing the story yourself through years of experiences. Consider how an athlete trains against resistance, or how a gamer enjoys a level of a game that tests their skill. Without obstacles, there is little engagement or growth. The presence of a challenge brings forth new levels of strength and creativity. Likewise, your limitations provide the edges of the sandbox within which you get to play and discover what you are capable of. Often, those edges push you to expand. You find out that you can adapt, you can create workarounds, and you can transform yourself in order to transcend what once felt limiting. These discoveries are treasures of the soul. You will carry the confidence and wisdom gained through each challenge long after the limitation itself has vanished. So, rather than cursing your lack of money, time, health, or abilities in a given area, see how those very things are prompting you to grow. Ask yourself, what is this difficulty inspiring me to become or to create? You might surprise yourself with the answer. In fact, this is a key reason why you chose to incarnate under certain conditions, to spur yourself into specific growth paths. From our perspective, every limitation is like a springboard. The tension it provides can launch you into greater heights of self-knowing and innovation. Embrace that, and know that this kind of creative overcoming is a thrilling sport of incarnate life that you will reminisce about when you are living in a realm without such barriers. Another aspect of life in density that we encourage you to cherish is the very thing that often causes you pain: the feeling of separation. In this realm, you appear as separate individuals, and that perceived separation from each other and from Source can be difficult to bear. However, it is also what gives rise to the profound longing you have to connect, to love, and to reunite. Without the darkness of separation, the light of union would not be as sweet. Think of how it feels when you deeply connect with another being after feeling alone or misunderstood. That warmth, that relief, that bliss of reunion is an experience unique to worlds like yours. When you comfort a friend or receive comfort, when you fall in love, when you gather in a group that feels like home to you, those moments are immensely powerful, precisely because they heal the illusion of separation, if only for a while. In the higher dimensions, beings do not feel alone in the first place. You are in constant communion with all life and with Source. It is a wonderful state of unity, but it lacks the particular drama of remembering what oneness feels like after having forgotten. You on Earth get to experience the grand adventure of finding your way back to love over and over again. And each time you do, it sparks joy not just in you, but across the universe. We see you yearn for deeper connection. Many of you starseeds have felt homesick, as if you are far from your true home or family. We want you to know that this very homesickness is part of the plan. It drives you to seek out meaning, to forge bonds with soul family on Earth, and to reconnect consciously with us and with Source through prayer, meditation, and acts of compassion. Your longing for unity creates beautiful movements in your world. Communities coming together, spiritual gatherings, acts of kindness between strangers. If you never felt apart, those deliberate gestures of coming together wouldn't exist in the same way. So yes, even your loneliness and yearning are to be appreciated. They are the fuel for the expansive love that you are integrating. As you reach out to one another across the perceived distances, you weave a tapestry of unity that is all the more exquisite for the contrast that came before it. In the future, when you exist in perpetual unity, you will remember how special it was to meet each other across the divide and to finally say, I see you, I remember you, we are one. That is a gift you are giving yourselves now. We also encourage you to celebrate your dense, physical bodies, for they are the vehicles that allow you to interface with this world in such an intimate way. It is common for spiritually minded people to feel a bit alien in their own bodies, or to view the physical body as something to overcome. But your body is not just a limitation to transcend. It is a magnificent instrument of experience and a crucial part of why you can feel grounded here and now. Through your physical senses, you are able to experience the richness of earth, the taste of your favorite food, the sound of music that stirs your soul, the sight of a stunning sunset painting the sky, the feeling of warm sand under your feet, or the embrace of a loved one. These sensations are not trivial, they are sacred. You, as an eternal soul, wanted to know what it was like to feel the wind on your skin and to hold another hand in yours. In the non-physical realms, we have joys and pleasures, but they are of a different quality. We cannot, for instance, bite into a juicy piece of fruit and relish its sweetness the way you can in a body. We cannot dance in the rain or physically touch a flower's petals. We can experience those things through you and with you, but you are the ones directly living it. And so we urge you to really inhabit your body with appreciation. Treat it as your partner in this life, not as an enemy or a cage. Yes, the body has its aches and aging and all sorts of demands. It can feel cumbersome compared to the lightness of being pure spirit. However, even those aches and the process of aging carry their own wisdom and beauty. They teach you presence, self-care, and the preciousness of each moment. They also give you a timeline which encourages you to make the most of your time here. If you were in an immortal, unchanging body, you might not be so motivated to explore and create. The ephemeral nature of the physical form urges you to truly live while you have the chance. So, honor your body. Listen to its needs, enjoy its abilities, and marvel at the miracle of it. It allows you to literally touch the world and to ground the high-frequency energies into the physical plane. That grounding is not only beneficial to you, but it transforms the earth itself. Every step you take in joy, every breath of gratitude, sends a ripple of higher vibration through the physical world. This is something you can only do while in a body, so cherish it deeply. As you consider all these facets of the human experience, polarity, limitation, separation, physicality, please remember that we, your guides and higher dimensional friends, are not separate from this process, nor are we above you in any hierarchical sense. We are in awe of you, and we walk beside you energetically. Think of us not as distant teachers and you as students, but as colleagues and co-creators in this adventure. This entire experience you are having on Earth is an all-inclusive collaboration. It involves not just you and those in your life, but us in the higher realms, and indeed, all beings across the cosmos. Every consciousness that is paying attention to Earth right now, and there are many, is contributing energy to this grand shift. And every single player, no matter what role they seem to be in, is part of the one universal team. Yes, even those individuals or groups you might label as dark or antagonistic are offering a contrast that ultimately serves the collective evolution. In the bigger picture, there is only one side, the side of Source, and everything is Source, arranging itself into myriad forms and perspectives. When you understand this, you see that you're never really battling an other. You are exploring another part of the infinite self and deciding, through your interactions and choices, who you want to be. This is why your personal choices are so important and so celebrated by us and by Source. Source could have created a universe of puppets or automatons, but instead it gifted every one of us with free will and unique perspective. Why? because Source wants to experience the thrill of discovery and creation through you. Every time you make a choice out of your own volition, especially in a complex environment like Earth, Source expands. It's as if the Creator is reading an ever-unfolding story, and you are the author of your character's storyline. We want you to know how valuable you are in this way. You mean so much to the All That Is that an entire universe is set up to let you decide how creation will evolve in this corner of reality. When we tell you to cherish your experiences, it's not just a platitude. It is acknowledgement that your experiences are literally the cutting edge of creation. We cherish you and what you are going through because through you we all grow. And we are forever grateful that you had the courage to write this chapter that all of us are now learning from. We also want to speak to you about the energy of love and compassion that is ever present and available to you, even amid chaos. We in the higher realms constantly bathe you in unconditional love, not because we feel sorry for you or expect anything back, but because it is our nature and our joy to do so. We extend love and compassion to all beings on earth, without exception. We see the beauty and innocence in every soul, no matter how lost or troubled they may seem, and we hold the vision of your highest potential. We do this without needing acknowledgement or reciprocation. The act of loving is its own reward. And we know that we are all connected eternally, that no being is ever truly alone or forgotten. Souls may play different roles for each other, one day as adversaries, another day as beloved friends or teachers. But beneath those shifting roles, love is always present. We in the Council of Five, and many guides like us, essentially represent that pure love and compassion you seek to embody. So when you feel us, or any being of light, remember, what you really sense is an aspect of your own true nature, reflected back to you. We are here to remind you of who you really are. If communing with our energy helps awaken the love within you, then by all means invite us in. Breathe, open your heart, and let our comfort and kindness blend with your own. But also know that you are fully capable of generating and holding the same immense love and compassion that you attribute to us. It is already inside you, awaiting your embrace. Try to let love in wherever it shows up in your life. When a fellow human offers you kindness or a compliment, receive it openly and let it land in your heart. Likewise, give love freely whenever you can, knowing you will never run out. The more you play with the energy of love, both giving and receiving, the more you become that energy in action. This is ultimately what all the struggles and triumphs of physical life are guiding you toward. The full realization that you are love incarnate. All the chaos and density simply help peel away what is not love, revealing the shining truth at your core. Let us talk about your path of growth, which in a chaotic world often feels like a roller coaster. Many of you have noticed that making progress often involves experiencing what seems like a setback. You might have a breakthrough, feeling high and enlightened one week, only to stumble into old patterns or new challenges the next. This back and forth motion is not a sign that something's wrong. It's actually how evolution works in a dualistic plane. In the physical realm, with so much polarity, you often give yourselves both ends of an experience in order to more fully understand the whole. We know it can be confusing. Your minds want to see constant forward momentum, a linear path from point A to point B. You tend to label one phase good when things are going your way, and another phase bad when you feel regression or stagnation. But from our vantage point, both phases are contributing to your expansion. Imagine you wanted to expand a balloon. You would press on it from different sides to stretch it evenly. Similarly, your soul is stretching by encountering a variety of conditions, not just a straight climb upward, but a series of expansions in multiple directions. When you eventually reach the fifth dimensional awareness, you will better understand the non-linear nature of growth. The zigzag journey you're on is giving you depth and resilience. A temporary step backward can give you a new perspective, or help you retrieve a part of yourself that got left behind, or even develop compassion for those who struggle. It often highlights something that still needs love within you. So-called setbacks actually round out your experience of a concept or lesson, making your understanding more complete. We encourage you, when you hit an obstacle or slip into an old habit, not to sink into self-judgment. Instead, recognize it as an integral part of the process. Ask, what is this cycle teaching me that a continual upward climb could not? You might discover a treasure in that question. We invite you to discover who you are in the midst of all these ups and downs, rather than constantly measuring how close you are to some final goal. When you stop fixating on the finish line, you find that even the loop-de-loops of life have value, and you can even enjoy the ride knowing it's all part of your soul's masterful design. You might be wondering, amid all this talk of cherishing the present, about the grander movement of humanity's ascension. Indeed, there is tremendous momentum carrying you all forward right now. Over the past decade and more, waves of higher frequency energy have been flooding your world, especially since pivotal moments of awakening in recent years. Each of you is carrying more light in your being than ever before in this lifetime. The potential within the human collective is higher than it has been in many millennia. We acknowledge that. This is the dawn of a new era. However, with this upswing in energy, many of you feel compelled to answer a call. What do I do with this? How can I help speed up the shift or help others awaken? Should I be actively saving the world or healing everyone around me? We love your enthusiasm and your big hearts, but we want to gently remind you that the light that you are in this very moment is already enough. You don't have to constantly strive or perform grand actions to justify the energy you carry. In fact, the most effective way to use this new light is to first anchor it within yourself. Let it heal you, fill you up, and change you from the inside. Take time to become familiar with the higher frequency that is now available. Live your day-to-day life with a bit more awareness, a bit more love in your heart. That might sound simple, even too simple, but we assure you it is profoundly impactful. When you bask in the light and genuinely appreciate it, you radiate it outward naturally. A smile, a kind word, a moment of patience, an inspired creation. These are the ways the light reshapes your world, gently and from the ground up. This new era is centered in the heart chakra, which means that the guidance and the actions most aligned with it will come from love, compassion, and intuition. If you tune into your heart and infuse its wisdom into every little action you take, you are doing exactly what is needed. You don't need to push or force the transformation of Earth. By transforming and tending to your own energy, you become a living example that others can learn from or be inspired by. And by loving yourselves more, as simple as that sounds, you actually accelerate the collective ascension. Remember that being an awakened soul doesn't mean you have a long to-do list from the universe. Often it means you simply shine your light by being authentically you. That is more than enough to fulfill your purpose. We notice that many of you carry deep concern for the state of the world and a strong desire to help or save others. This impulse comes from a loving place within you, but it can be tainted by fear if you're not careful. When you look around and see conflict, suffering, or crises, you might feel it's your duty to do something drastic to fix it all. We honor the noble heart behind this, but we ask you to examine the energy motivating it. Often it's a kind of panic, a fear that if you don't intervene, all will be lost. In truth, that urgency is often connected to something beyond the current situation. Many starseeds carry soul memories of other times and places where great cataclysms or extinctions occurred. Those imprints can trigger deep anxiety when you see signs of chaos now. But please understand, those past disasters are not repeating here. Here and now, humanity is on a course of ascension, not destruction, even if the surface appears chaotic. Anchor into that knowing, so your actions can come from love and wisdom rather than fear. Paradoxically, the most powerful thing you can do for this planet is often to step back and tend to your own energy field. When you feel the urge to save the world, take a breath and check in with yourself. Are you centered, nourished, and at peace? If not, focus on bringing love and balance to your inner world first. Far from being selfish, this is the foundation of any lasting positive impact. Remember, you are connected to the collective. In a very real sense, you are your world. As you heal yourself and find your calm, you send out ripples that heal and uplift others. Have the same compassion for yourself that you have for the innocent and suffering. Treat yourself as gently as you would a beloved child or dear friend in need. When you nurture your own light, you become a stable beacon in the storm. Others can find their way by the illumination you naturally provide. Yes, go ahead and change the world, but do it by lovingly saving the aspect of the world that is you first. The rest will follow. By now, many of you have come to understand a profound truth about yourselves. You are source energy expressing itself as a human being. You might think, yes, I know that. But consider what a monumental realization this truly is. In a society that never taught you this, you found your way to it on your own. That is huge, and you deserve to celebrate knowing who you really are in a world that often tells you otherwise. So, given that you know you are an aspect of Source, what comes next? Our answer may surprise you in its simplicity. Live as the Source being that you are, here and now. There is nothing more you must achieve spiritually. Your expansion and ascension are already assured, built into the fabric of your being. You do not have to earn your way back to divinity. It is your natural inheritance. Rather than striving and straining to become more spiritual or to accelerate your ascension as if it were a race, we invite you to relax into your divine nature. Give yourself permission to enjoy life fully with the innocence and wonder of Source experiencing creation through your eyes. Let go of the burden of always trying to fix yourself or meet some ideal of perfection. Of course, you will continue to expand, but that will happen organically. Like a flower growing toward the sun, you will unfold naturally. You don't need to tug at the petals to make it happen faster. Trust the process already underway. You will not be left behind. In fact, by holding the light of awareness that you do, you are helping lead the way. So slow down and savor the experience of being alive. Sit in the sun, feel the breeze, watch the clouds, play, create, love, and laugh. In these simple moments, you are not just passing time. You are living the truth of Source in a state of joy. That is one of the most profound spiritual practices there is. Be awake, be aware, and be one with your environment in each moment. Everything else in this grand shift will take care of itself. It truly is okay to relax, dear one, and trust in how your life is unfolding. You have an infinite supply of love within you and around you. Let yourself feel it, and let it guide you from moment to moment. In navigating the chaos and intensity of life, it's important to understand that every experience you have moves through you on multiple levels. There is a processing that occurs mentally, emotionally, physically, and energetically. Many of you start by trying to process things with your mind. You want to analyze what happened, make sense of it, assign it a story or a reason. That is a natural impulse, but it's only the beginning. After the mental understanding comes the emotional wave. You might feel sadness, anger, fear, joy, or any mix of emotions in response to an event or insight. This emotional processing is crucial, but it's also where a lot of people get stuck or uncomfortable. Sometimes you bounce back up into your head to rationalize the emotion away or judge yourself for feeling it. Other times, you might suppress the emotion because it's overwhelming. We want you to know that it is okay to feel everything that comes up. In fact, it's not just okay, it's necessary for your full integration. If you allow the emotional energy to move, it will lead you to a physical release. Perhaps you cry, perhaps you laugh unexpectedly, or you literally feel a weight lift off your shoulders. Some may even experience a need to vocalize, dance, or rest as the body sheds the tension of holding that emotion. This is your body's way of freeing you from the old energy. Finally, after the mental, emotional, and physical processes, comes the energetic integration. This is often subtle. You might only notice later that you feel clearer, or that you react differently to similar situations in the future. It's as if a puzzle piece has clicked into place within your energy field, making you more whole. That is the payoff of processing. You reclaim a part of your power and wisdom. Your overall vibration rises. We encourage you to be conscious of where you are in this processing journey whenever something challenges you. If you find yourself looping in analysis or resisting an emotion, gently remind yourself to let go of controlling the experience. Give yourself permission to be the experiencer, not just the manager of the experience. Your soul didn't incarnate to be in constant command of life. It incarnated to feel life deeply and transform through those feelings. When you allow the processes to unfold without self-judgment or overthinking, you will move through challenges much more gracefully. You will also find that your natural state of creativity and joy emerges more easily on the other side of integration, because you have made room for more of your true self to flow in. Another aspect of this journey is the physical and energetic changes you undergo as you assimilate higher frequencies. Many of you have been noticing unusual sensations, emotional swings, or sudden changes in your life circumstances. Understand that as you open to higher frequency energy, your whole being is adjusting to accommodate it. We often liken this to breaking in a new pair of shoes. Initially, there may be discomfort, but you endure it, knowing they will soon fit comfortably and serve you well. Similarly, the new energies flowing into your life are exactly what you have asked for: greater light, more love, higher wisdom. As they arrive, they illuminate anything within you or in your physical environment that is out of alignment. You may experience a purging or releasing of old energies, beliefs, or even relationships that no longer match who you are becoming. This release can feel chaotic or unsettling, but we assure you it's all part of the upgrade you're undergoing. It doesn't have to be unbearably unpleasant. Understanding what's happening allows you to cooperate and even find moments of bliss in the process. See everything occurring in your body and life right now as part of your evolution, because it is. You are literally being transformed from the inside out, and the end result will be beyond satisfying. If you could see the full magnificence of what you are becoming, you would welcome these little discomforts as a small price to pay. Our practical advice during these integration times is simple. Listen to your body's needs. You might feel prompted to breathe more deeply, drink more water, eat differently, or get extra sleep. Honor those impulses. They are your body's wisdom guiding you to support this transformation. Also, give yourself permission to rest and have downtime, because much assimilation occurs when you are relaxed and quiet. If emotions surge up, allow them to flow through without judgment, knowing they are part of the cleansing. Approach this phase with curiosity and gentle surrender. You may discover that acclimating to higher energy can even be blissful when you stop bracing against it and start moving with it. We already see you beginning to sparkle and shine with this new light, and it delights us. You are emerging more radiant than ever, and it is our joy to watch your transformation unfold. In the midst of chaos, you might sometimes feel pressure to figure it all out, to solve every problem or plan every step of your future. We want to ease that pressure by reminding you that you are supported by a stream of infinite intelligence, and it often reaches you when you allow yourself to relax. Have you ever noticed how your best ideas or insights tend to pop up when you're not trying so hard? Perhaps while taking a shower, walking in nature, or just upon waking from sleep, suddenly the solution or creative spark arrives. This is no accident. There is a current of wisdom surrounding you, and indeed within you, which we can call source energy or collective consciousness. You tap into it not by racking your brain in stress, but by gently opening and letting it flow to you. You don't have to do it all alone. In fact, some of the challenges you face are specifically meant to nudge you into realizing that it's okay to surrender control and receive help from the universe. The answers you seek, the innovations you yearn for, are already on their way to you. They will arrive at the perfect time, often when you least expect them, and often after you've decided to take a break and trust for a moment. This intelligent universe loves to surprise you with perfect timing. Remember that the wisdom you receive in those moments is not coming from some outside force that's separate from you. It's coming from the greater part of you, the non-physical, expanded you, and from the oneness that connects all minds. In truth, the stream of ideas is an extension of your own being. When you think of it that way, you can relax about life's mysteries. You're not separate from the solutions you need. They are parts of you, moving toward your conscious awareness even now. There is no shortage of guidance or creativity available. Whenever you feel stuck or uninspired, try stepping away from the problem and doing something that soothes you. In that state of ease, you become an open channel, and what you need will find you. Trust in your innate wisdom. We assure you that the knowledge and clarity that you seek cannot elude you forever. It is destined to surface from within at just the right moment. By knowing this, you can approach life more playfully, understanding that the answers will come when you align with the receptive state of being. In this world filled with many energies and perspectives, you are all developing heightened sensitivities. You often pick up on the feelings or vibes from others, from places, or even from the collective consciousness, and it can be a lot to sort through. We want to offer some guidance here. Trust that if something comes into your awareness intuitively, it's there for a reason. You're not just imagining it. However, also remember that your interpretation of what you sense is filtered through your own beliefs, past experiences, and current emotional state. For example, you might walk into a room and suddenly feel anxiety. Perhaps you are tuning into someone else's anxious energy. If you are unaware of your own lens, you might simply conclude, "That person is negative, I must avoid them." But there is more to explore. Instead of immediately judging what you pick up on as good or bad in an outside sense, consider it an opportunity to learn about yourself. Why did that particular energy evoke anxiety in you? Is it reflecting an unhealed worry or memory within you? Everything and everyone around you can serve as a mirror if you're willing to look. This doesn't mean that your intuitive hits about others are wrong. Often they're quite accurate in describing the energy. But the next step is up to you. What will you do with that information? We suggest using it for inner insight. By doing so, you transform an overwhelming barrage of impressions from the chaotic world into a valuable guidance system for personal growth. If you sense discord from a group of people, yes, you might choose not to engage deeply with that group, but you might also take a moment to send them compassion and to check if any part of you resonates with that discord, perhaps an old fear that you can now release. In this way, every encounter with external energy becomes a chance to fine-tune your own vibration. You remain the sovereign chooser of how you perceive reality. You can decide what a sensation or message means for you. This is ultimate freedom and a key part of mastery in the ascension process. Rather than feeling buffeted by a chaotic sea of energies, you become the calm center that observes and integrates what is useful and lets the rest flow past. Your intuition is a gift. Let it guide you inward to greater self-knowledge, and you will navigate the outer world with much more clarity and ease. Let us remind you of the power you have in any moment to influence your experience, the power of your own vibration. Whether you think about it or not, you are always radiating a frequency into the world. It happens naturally, like light from a flame. In truth, you are not confined to your physical body. Your energy extends far beyond it, and what you carry in your heart and mind ripples out to everything around you. Knowing this, one of the most empowering habits you can develop is to become aware of what you are radiating. Instead of only noticing how you feel when something external grabs your attention, start tuning in to your inner state regularly. Pause and ask yourself, what am I feeling right now? What vibe am I sending? Not to judge it, but simply to know it. This self-awareness is the first step of mastery. Once you acknowledge a feeling or frequency within, you gain the ability to shift it if you desire. It's much easier to transform something you are consciously holding than something you're ignoring or denying. You will still encounter things in your environment that evoke strong responses. Perhaps you meet someone whose energy feels off-putting. In those instances, rather than letting the outer situation dictate your state, take a moment to locate that frequency inside yourself. If you feel anger or fear about something out there, recognize that the vibration of anger or fear also exists in here within you. Otherwise, it could not trigger you. This is not about blaming yourself. It's about realizing your point of power. When you find that vibration inside, you can embrace it as part of the all that you are, and then make a conscious choice about it. Just because something exists doesn't mean you must continue to hold on to it. You can say, I see you. I accept that this feeling is present, and now I choose to let it soften and release. By integrating what is triggered in you, you reclaim energy that was fragmented. You step out of the victim role of life happening to you, and you become the creator, deciding what to broadcast. Moment by moment, through your focus and intention, you can tune your frequency like selecting a station on the radio of the cosmos. Do you want the station of peace, of love, of empowerment? All are available. No one else can choose your vibration for you. That sovereignty is your birthright in a free will universe. Use it consciously and watch how the chaos around you begins to harmonize with the melody you hold within. As we come to the end of this message, we invite you once more to look at your life with new eyes. All the chaos, all the density, all the ups and downs, they are part of a magnificent tapestry that you, as a soul, wove with clear intention. You knew, before you were born, that this journey would be challenging, unpredictable, and at times tumultuous. And you also knew it would be full of rich rewards, growth, discovery, love, and the sweet triumph of rising after each fall. You are doing extraordinarily well, even on days when you feel lost or stagnant. From our perspective, you shine brightly, and you are exactly where you need to be. There will indeed come a time, in the not-so-distant future, when the final veil of this density lifts for you. In that moment, you will stand in a higher light, and you will look back on this Earth adventure as a cherished memory. You might even, as we humorously suggested, miss parts of it, the thrill of the unknown, the texture of physical existence, the way courage and hope blaze forth in dark times. But you will not miss it with sadness, because you will carry its essence with you always. You will graduate from this experience full of wisdom, compassion, and a treasure trove of unique experiences that enrich all that is. So live now without regret. Embrace every moment and squeeze the juice out of this human life. Laugh, cry, learn, and love with your whole being. When you do ascend fully, you will know that you gave it your all, and that is the greatest gift you can give to yourself and to the universe. We will continue to accompany you with every ounce of our support and love. Whenever the chaos feels too great, remember our words and feel our presence by your side. We are always just a thought or a breath away. We hope that our perspective has helped rekindle your appreciation for the here and now. You are living something so very precious, and we are honored to witness it and co-create it with you. We love you more than words can convey, and we eagerly await the grand reunion with you as you step into the next octave of your journey. Until then, cherish this ride, dear ones, and know that you are never truly alone in it. If you are listening to this, beloved one, you need it too. I leave you now. I am Tia of Arcturus.